Tariqa al-Sohbah wal Khayr fil Jamiyah. Allah Azze ve Celle buyuruyor ki Bismillah.
The Holy Prophet states, Irham man fil ardi yarhamuka man fis sama. Treat those on earth with mercy, so God, Allah, may treat you with His mercy. Now, some people, unknowingly or knowingly, do certain things. Of course, good things should be done, yet certain other things that are done, we are surprised why it's happening. At a certain time in the past, they were upset by goats. They were saying goats are eating our forests. Our Shaykh Baba used to get upset at them and was never happy for what they wanted to do. He told them to let go of it, to leave the goats alone and not get rid of them. The goats came to this world before you, and they could not finish all the woods and forests, but they got rid of all the goats, and there you go. Each fire, one forest fire, consumes what goats could eat up in 100 years in one day. And what is more essentially important is there are millions of people, needy and poor, who are making a living off of these goats and eating their meat and making use of their skin from everything. They are sacred animals. Allah made them blessed, full of barakah. They're bountiful, and a few people were making a living off of it, but they left them without a living. Then later, of course, they changed their minds and let it free. They let the goats free. But now there are no goats left and no shepherds left. People have forgotten these professions and works, and it became a huge loss, a great loss. Now that this issue is over, as Shaykh Baba used to say, 3 things are ruining this world: cement, hormones, and plastic and vinyl, nylon. We cannot say much about cement. People use it to build on top of each other. Speaking of hormones, it's propagated and distributed all over the world through what people eat and drink, but the worst are these plastics and nylons. They're throwing it away everywhere, and that dirt is everywhere, as much as even huge oceans are not saved from their dirt. Fish and whatnot are eating from it, and it's transferred to humans. It is worse and dirtier than filth. Filth, manure, or filth, what we defecate, can get mixed with dirt and go away. These also have a solution too. You can collect it all and reuse it, instead of throwing it away here and there, or dumping it on the ground, to gather them and recycle them. It's happening in a lot of places. Yet our people are not doing it much. Our people are lazy after all. Instead of separating them, they're throwing it in the garbage along with other garbage. So some people thought about it, and these poor needy people turned it into work. They are walking 40 to 50 kilometers a day collecting these plastics and recyclables, pulling their cart behind them. And they're cleaning these off of roads and whatnot. They're not asking for money, they're not asking for help. They're just working with their own sweat. And now we see that they're catching them again off the streets and finding them. I don't know if they threw them in jail, but what was it, sir? What was their fault? They're supposedly earning an unfair living. And what is that? They should talk about that. They should tell us about that. Are they stealing? Are they robbing anybody? Are they bothering anybody? They're just collecting plastics from garbage. Who can do that except for people who are needy? If they were not needy, they wouldn't do it. And they're thinking of this as a big deal. Then they take them to court. This is unthinkable. This is shameful. And other than being a shame, it would upset Allah. He's not asking you for anything, and He's not asking you for money. He's just working with His own sweat and not even robbing anybody or stealing from anybody. They're just roaming around looking for recyclables. This is unthinkable. This is not right. It's a huge sin. It's a shame. Don't interfere with poor, needy people. Their supplication, their dua would reach the divine presence, the sight of Allah immediately, directly, and nobody can stop it. Therefore, our advice is as such. This is envy. Other than envy, behind this there's an evil intention, a bad intention. They're trying to destroy the country in every way. And it's only standing through the du'as of poor and needy people. They discovered this and now they want to use it as a weapon. This matter of the goats, these matters are not done with good intentions. They're done with bad intentions. They're done with evil intentions. Through the side that is the enemies of Allah, abroad, outside. These are simple things. These look like simple things, but they're not simple. It's not like what, there's an idiom in Turkish that says, they told the crow, your manure is medicine, so it went and did it in the middle of the sea. It's not as simple. These are things done so that these people may pray against, make bad du'as against this country. What harm do they do? They are recycling and reusing the plastics that they're collecting. We are using them. It's not harmful, it's of use, and they're not asking you for money or for a living or for employment. And everywhere is clean through them. In the past, it was dirty all over. We see in England and the UK, people talk about London as if it's a great place. Go and see. You can't even pass without coming across dirt and filth. Their waters, their streams and rivers are full of dirt and plastics everywhere. Here, thank Allah, it's all clean. And if it wasn't for these trash people, it wouldn't have finished. It wouldn't be this way. It would be coming back in front of us as unconsumable goods and dirt. So we should do things by thinking, after thinking about others, about the needy people as well. Shaykh Baba used to pay much attention to these matters, and he used to say, don't interfere with people's living. He used to admonish the municipality, the local governments sometimes who came to visit him. He used to tell them to be very careful with these poor and needy people and not to interfere with their livelihood. This was because of his mercy, of course, but both from his mercy and because it's beneficial for people, for everybody, so that not everybody can go to university and seek employment or a government job. So everybody can make a living through their own means, and it would lighten the government's burden and be beneficial for people as well. We're just praying that may Allah give them common sense and intelligence and nothing else. Before doing something, we should think about it.